Welcome back. More footage from the stress test of Path of Exiles. Path of Exile. There's no S on there. So far, the only real thing that well, there's two things that I have an issue with. The first is playing Tetris with my inventory. I mentioned that before. I don't like that. I think that the inventory is really, really small, or the items are really, really big. So I'm not feeling it from that standpoint. And two, the second one was addressed. One of the developers mentioned this point. I felt, well, I have the things. I have three. The developers addressed the death animations in the game and said that that was cool the way they did that. I was expecting to have to put the things in the wall, but okay. That to add the physics for death animations into the game would be very expensive. That would rise the cost of the game. So it's something that they want to do, but will not do until after the game is launched and it's income producing. So I can understand that. After getting that explanation, I can understand that. And it's probably a wise, decision if it's that much costly. Now, one thing that I do have to give them credit for, like this is, like a dungeon, and the graphics look really, really good. So if you had to make a decision on where to spend the money, I guess the looks of the game, because that's what your players are going to be seeing the majority of the time. I think his name was Chris Wilson. I was listening to him a lot over the beta weekend, trying to familiarize myself with the game. This is one of those games where you heard about it months ago and then didn't think anything else of it until you heard free beta weekend, and it took a while for me to connect that I had heard about this game before. I find that it's a viable solution. For some reason, I was about to say it's a good replacement for Diablo. Particularly, it's very interesting since it's free to play. Now, keep in mind, Diablo, with the animations and whatnot, just considering Chris's explanation as to why this game doesn't have it, you can tell why the budget was so high on Diablo. But, I do not compare this to Torchlight 2 at all. Even though they're very similar, they're dungeon crawler, click and point games. To me, they're very different, and particularly with the price point of this one being free to play and Torchlight 2 being $20, I would definitely suggest playing both of them. Hopefully, we'll hear something more about Torchlight 2 having another beta test. They explained they had to do some rebalancing, and that's why you haven't heard much from them. Which I think is good. I really wished Blizzard would have held off on releasing Diablo. In my opinion, the game wasn't ready. It wasn't. When you have to cut out important pieces of the game, that to me, that's a sign that your launch is not ready. So after being completely mind blown from that skill tree, I did some research on it, slight research, because I sort of want to, for my personality type, and I'm not saying that this is what the norm will do, but when I saw that skill tree and the inability to respec, the very first thing I wanted to do is research it and pick out a spec of somebody that had already done the numbers and sorted it out for a ranger. Particularly since this is a, open or a beta test. And then I decided, no, I don't want to do that because that's lazy thinking. And I've noticed that, and I don't want to blame it on World of Warcraft, but that's where it started. I got this thing about not wanting to read, not wanting to research, wanting it to be easy. And that's not good. That's not good. Because, I mean, I love to read books. But when it comes to, like, the quest text and the lore, I just, you know, I don't care. and it's not that I don't care. It's that when I want to kill stuff, I want to kill stuff. I don't want to read the text. So one of the things, like in Eve particularly, that I am going to stop doing is glancing over it. I mean, if I glance over it, I'm going to at least get a feel for what was said in the box. WoW has made it very easy to play that game with add-ons, or even just the main UI, the interface, where you don't have to read a damn thing. It will tell you on the map where to go. It will tell you what to kill. I have a mod that shows me exactly what the mob looks like. So thinking when it comes to questing is not it's just not there. But in truth, with WoW, there's a lot of the game that I haven't even seen. I like a lot of the end game stuff because I left right after Cataclysm. I didn't see it, so I want to explore it. So I don't want to read the text, and even though it tells me where to go, a lot of times I, veer off someplace else. But I like the rewards of exploring, and that's why I like, dungeon crawlers, because you explore and you get loot. And that's another reason why playing Tetris with my inventory pisses me off, because I find all this good loot and I gotta leave it there. I will be one of those fanatical people that will keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I've seen, after my last video, I said, you know what? I want to see if I'm the only person that just has a problem leaving the shit on the ground. It's like, I remember, oh God, what is his name? Simon. Yeah, I think it's Simon from, the Yogscast. No, not Simon, the other one. I can't think of his name right now. Leonard? Leroy? No. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he's like OCD when it comes to loot. He has to, you can see him like click on stuff. I haven't watched their stuff in quite some time. It's been months. It's got to be at least 6 months since I've watched something of theirs. But it's I'm like that. I don't like leaving it on the floor. But I was watching pros, per se, your hardcore players. They have no problem. The only thing they pick up is what's worth something to them. And I have to change my mentality. If I play this game, I really have to change my mentality on that. So one thing that I really, 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 really love is the way they gem stuff. I wish all games would pick this up. I really, really do. I love the fact that you can easily take them in and out, that they upgrade with you. Earlier, I bumped into a piece of equipment where, because I'm not skilling up strength, per se, I couldn't use the gem anymore. The gem, it told me, you're not going to be able to continue to use this. This gem is not going to increase in skill anymore. So I was like, doop, and that made me realize, okay, I really want greens. And although I have a lot of stuff with red and green, that's because I haven't found anything to replace it. And I still have yet to find out why some of them are connected. Like my bow does not have connected sockets, and the other ones do. I saw in a stream that you want the ones that are not connected. Those are the ones that are that have more value to them. But if I don't see, I'm probably going to end up switching those two bows out, because the 2 greens, I think, mean more to me than 2 sockets that I'm not using. You see what I'm saying? Even though the bow is, they're both unsocketed. Or the 3 things are unsocketed. So I'm going to try switching them out and see how I do. Yeah. I'm trying to see the difference. I'm trying to see the difference here. Would I be better off putting that green socket into like the headpiece? Huh. Yeah, I'm switching them out. Okay. It just logically makes sense that the 2 greens make more, gotta be more powerful than 1 green. Even if that bow in itself is more valuable per se. Now, if I decide to play this game, and I think I am, I mean, it's free to play. Why not try it out? That's one thing that I'm definitely going to be experimenting with. Or researching are exactly how the gems work. Now, one thing that I do hope that they change, they said that they got feedback on this. Well, I heard that, I think it was Crip or Kunjin. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kunjin, no, that said it. Because he had Chris Wilson in his stream over the weekend, using the middle mouse button to click and do abilities. I have not used that once because that feels funny to me. So that's something that I hope that they change, that they change that button. I don't know. I really need to look in the options and see if those are programmable, but it seems like it's hard coded in there. But Kunjin had made that comment as well, is that it's hard. For me, let me rephrase, it's not that it's so much hard. For me, it aggravates my carpal tunnel. So it's not an option for me. Ooh, an orb of transmutation. I don't know what these orbs do. I'm just collecting them right now. I have to see what they do. They're one of the forms of currency, like this orb of alchemy. So right now it's like Pokemon, you got to get them all. I'm just collecting them until I find out what is the best thing to use them for. I know that you can upgrade armor, but until I find out what the difference is between the linked sockets and the non-linked sockets, I don't want to waste it on something unnecessarily. Now, one thing that I noticed that I suck at is keeping range in this game. It is not the game, it's me. I'm not keeping range properly. Like here, I don't care. I ran up to it on purpose and shot it. I did not care. So if do not blame the game for that. It's me not giving a damn. Yay. So yeah, that's what that is. My goal here is to level as quickly as possible, and I want to push the limits to see how tough these mobs are. If I never let them get close to me, then I never see how much damage they can do to me. So I want to know on this ranger, as it progresses in level, what the limits are. When is it that she gets overloaded? How much can she handle? That kind of thing. Which will mean some deaths. And that's another thing I need to find out. How much are you punished for death in this game? Now, I'm getting the same feeling as I did in Diablo, more so in this game than Diablo at the moment. I'm sick of these little octopus looking things. You know, it's like I want to get to the next thing now. But that's all part of the learning process. You want to know what they drop. You know, how is loot generated in this game? I mean, the randomness of it. Because it'll get to the point, is it even worth being in this dungeon? Or is the potential to get good loot from any mob? I mean, keeping in mind level restrictions and whatnot, but it's a nice sized dungeon. Yeah, they have these supporter packs that you can purchase to help support the game. When I went on the forums, I saw, you know, like the diamond and whatnot. Do you know that these support packs go up to like $1,000 or more? Holy crap. The fact that somebody paid that much money, they must really, 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 you know, like this game. To do 1,000. Holy crap. So, God, you know, bless them for doing that. I'm sure the developers appreciate it. But then, of course, you know, I see if there's a lot of donations of that magnitude, put some freaking physics in this game so that the death animations are better. Then it's not, you know, I don't think there's an excuse not to do it. Well, unless you have something, the bomb diggity, that you're gonna put in later. No, that goes back up. I thought there was another exit. Okay, I decided to come back at something interesting, so this is a boss. And I purposely ran up on it because I want it to do damage to me, because I want to know how hard it hits. I mean, when does it turn back? You never know these things if I never let it touch me. And so it has the same mechanic as the other lesser mobs of spawning a... Oh no. My inventory's full. Oh no. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to see what... I do not like making these decisions. I just... It would seem that the crude bow would be one to keep, because it's just got one green socket, but that would probably be better than the red socket. And it's blue. The chest plate is unidentified. Fuck. It's like, and so is the bow. So it's like, what do I leave on the... Okay. I've made so many trips back and forth. I think I'm going to log for a bit. Because I don't want to drop that yellow bow either. Yeah, I'm going to log for a bit. I will see you in the next one.